Alright everyone, let's try another pattern. Go down to pattern focus. Go down here to Vintagem. I have a feeling I may be wanting to bring out my colored pencils for this. Oh yes, I am. Look at that. Alright. This is by Shazia. Come on, open up. Make it nice and big so I can see it. My phone has gone really slow all of a sudden. What the heck? Why, there it goes. Wow, that took a long time. So we're doing that. How cool is that? Okay. Step number one, we want some sort of round or oval, big shape in the middle. Then at the top, we're going to come up here with a scroll or a spiral. And we're going to do that same thing on all four sides. In between those, we're going to do some circles. At the end of each of these spirals, we're going to do a leaf or bracket shape. And then we can embellish and color as we see fit. And hers, she even did a, it looks like pencil. She did it on a gray tile. And then she just did a little spirals, a little printemps, with some echoes or auras in the background. And colored this. Isn't that pretty? I like doing gems. Gems are fun. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it on a nice big rectangle page so I can get a nice big one right in the middle. Turn on my light. And so I'm going to plan out with my pencil about the size I want my gem to be. I think if I do it about like this, I'll have plenty of room on the top and the bottom to do my embellishments. I'm just kind of going around and around and around and around. This is what I was taught way back in the day in like junior high on how to get a circle or an oval the way you want it. See how each one of those lines is not right, but overall the total is the right shape? And then you just take and you find where you want to go within this swirl. So I'm going to just pick kind of a line and follow it. I want to go about there. And look at, you can make a really good, nice shape if you find the line within those lines, and then you can just erase all the rest of this. That's because if I had just tried to draw that oval by myself, just straight out, it would have been way weird. But you can find it a line within all those lines and follow it, and it's really weird that you can do that, but it works. It's something I learned, gosh, way back in I think junior high art class, is how to do that. Okay, the rest of it we can kind of just do freehand. I'm just gonna give myself a guide as to the half and about half there, just so I get my scrolls in approximately a similar location. Up and around like that. And around like that. And so we still don't have our spa ready. The electrician came to install the wiring and he did something and blew a fuse, and so my son has gone to the, and this is the step out shows only 2 circles from here to there, but my oval is much bigger than that, so I'm just going to put as many circles as I need. As a matter of fact, I may put more spirals that's not in the thing, but I'm feeling like it needs something in between. Maybe, you know, we're going to put this shape here. Sorry, I was in the middle of my story and I stopped to discuss what I'm doing here. I think maybe I'm going to put that shape here. Anyway, he blew a fuse in the spa. So my son has gone, it's like 30 miles away, to go to the spa place and pick up some new fuses. So he's going to buy not just the one fuse that burned out, but he's going to buy all the fuses that are inside the spa there, so that should we blow another fuse, we will have more than one replacement, because going all the way down to the spa place is a pain in the butt. Oh, and if you guys are the praying kind, would you put some well wishes, some prayers out in the world for my art friend Shannon Green? Her husband lost his job yesterday, and she's just heartbroken. The last time he lost, he hadn't had a new job in like 15 years. He'd had his previous job, and then he lost his job, and it took a long time to find a new one, and they even moved states, and yeah, it was crazy. And he'd had this job almost long enough to get benefits. As a matter of fact, benefits were going to start like today, and HR said benefits were going to start today, and then the owner of the company said, you know, I don't like your work, I don't like how things are going, and I'm not going to keep you. And they're just devastated. Just devastated. Okay, so what I forgot to do is the inner ring, so I need to do that. To just draw a ring around here. Ooh, that got a little close. Kind of close there, but that's okay. And then inside that, we can just make a gem. I'm going to color a gem. It's my day. I love coloring gems. I haven't done that in a while. So what color should we make this gem? Should I do blues and greens? Should I do reds and yellows? Should I do purples? Should I do brown? Purples and pinks? I don't know. What's catching my fancy? Don't know what's catching my fancy. So what's catching my fancy at first is the gold. I'm going to put gold. You might not be able to tell it's gold, but it's gold for my filigree around here. I've been working on video that I want to put up for when I'm on vacation, and I've run into a bit of a snag of the final product. And I don't know what to do. So I'm kind of at a standstill at the moment, but hopefully, I mean, I only have a couple weeks before vacation. So hopefully I will figure out a day where I can finish off what I'm doing. You know what? The gold really doesn't show. Well, you can see it. It's there. It's not very gold. Maybe the silver will be a better choice. Let's do silver on the little balls. So, anyway, yeah, I encountered a snag, and I will talk about it on that video when I'm on vacation. You guys will just have to wait. But I think it's a good thing that Nicole will happen to be going on vacation this next 3 weeks, because she put up all these patterns moving forward, so I can get ahead, and then I can do my vacation video, and we will be all set to go. I was going to do white pencil for there, but I think I'm going to do my white pen for the highlights. Nice little sparkly bits. Still haven't decided what color is there in the middle. But it's not going to be browns because that's too close to this gold color. I want something different from that. Oop, one more. Okay. That looks good. Thinking I really want pink. I'm going to do light pink, bright pink, this kind of corally red, carmine red, and maybe this one. Peach? Does that look like a good combination of colors? Does it go with that? I really want a dark one. Something dark, but I don't want dark red. Maybe? Oh, maybe this one. This one is a kind of, it's called Tuscan red. It's kind of a purpley red. I actually keep it with my purples and my browns. It's a purpley brown red. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lightest color and work to my darkest. So I want to do like that, and I want to leave a highlight, and I think my highlight is going to be kind of in that area there. So what I like to do is just go around the whole thing with my lightest color. Very light pressure, almost none. Super light, like that. Can you even see it? Maybe not. Okay, then I go with the next one, but I don't color in there. this area right in here is going to stay lighter. And I just go around the whole thing again, almost not touching, barely any pressure. Leaving that highlighty area. And I can get a little bit darker near the edges. Can you even see that? Hard to tell. And I need to swatch these two because I'm not actually sure which one is going to show up as darker. The bright pink might actually show up as darker than the dark red. And they're about the same tone. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. So then there's this one. Once again, staying away from that highlight area. Just kind of now you should be able to tell where my highlight area is, because that color is pretty much bolder. Okay, and then this one. Each layer gets further and further away from that center layer. I'll put just a little bit in there. I think I made it too big. So let me go back in a little bit with that color, a little bit with this color. I think I got a little carried away with my highlight area. It's just a little too big. That's better. Okay. And then my darkest color right around the edge, and I want it really dark there. That just really gives it that sort of gemmy shape. And then bring it out a little bit lighter pressure as I come this way. Like so. And then I'm going to come back with this super light color over everything. And I think I want a little more pinky, so I'm going to come back with this other light pink. You just keep making layers, because if you start with too much color pencil to start with, you can't put more on top. You get to a point where you've saturated the paper, you've filled in. Paper actually has little ridges. If if this was a piece of paper here, let me use my pencil. This is the paper. The paper isn't actually flat like this. Paper actually is little jiggy jags. If you looked at it really close, up close and personal. And then when you use your colored pencil, you're filling in across here. And when you go light, oop, is it going to focus? No, too close. There. When you go light pressure, your pencil stays on top of those little bumps in the paper. The more layers you have, the more it sinks down in until eventually you have filled in all of that, and then you can't put any more color on top because it has filled in all those little grooves and it just won't take any more color. So you want to start light pressure. Light. Otherwise you can't add more color. And I always just kind of go around at least a couple of times with all the different colors. So I want this one again. Give that pop of magenta. And on this particular piece of paper, because I've drawn on the other side and I've made some marks on the page, you can actually see it through on this side as I'm coloring. There's some grooves that are harder to fill in. And then I want that red. Put a little bit in the middle there. I do feel like it's almost too much. Almost too much here in the middle. Okay, that's a little better. It's not quite dark enough. There's highlight, and then there's too much highlight. A little bit more of that darker color. Just a hint of it over the top of there. Like so. Alright. I'm happy with that. Zoom out a little bit. And then I can put in my highlight. And I like to use, I will either use the Sakura Jelly Roll, or no, a Uniball Signo white jelly roll, but I really like this Sakura Dickories. For some reason I think it's more opaque, really covers well, but you have to make sure that your tip is clean, which apparently I didn't do last time. Let me get myself a tissue and clean off the tip. Okay, that's better. And that you start your ink out on another piece of paper, and then I want to highlight. I'm going to highlight over here in the dark. You would think you'd put it here on the white, but you really don't. You put it over here in the dark area. Like that. And it does look best, I think, with a little bit of like a triangle, this shape, leaving just a spot undone. Right. It'll do that on the colored pencil. It'll clog itself up. You really have to be super, super light with your pressure, like almost none. Couple of little spots along there, and then I'm going to actually put some spots on on here and on here. Give it that little sparkle. Probably should have started from the other side so I don't accidentally put my fingers in it, but like that. And maybe a little bit right in here. Because it really is just reflections of the light. So depending on what kind of lights it's in, it could have more or less reflection. I think I want a little bit more. It's like under a really bright light. Yeah. Okay. And if you want to, you could put like the little jagged lines for, like, you know, crackling in the stone, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'm good with that. So I need to sign it, and this is called Vintagem. And how do I want it to live? I actually like it like that. Okay, it's going to go this way. It's a vertical. Going to live this way. Get that out of the way. Zoom in a bit so you get the whole thing nice and straight. For my final shot. Alright, I think that is really pretty. I enjoyed myself and I had fun, and I hope you had fun. I will see you on the next day that we're doing this. I don't know what that's going to be. I guess I could check, huh? Yeah, so this is the last one for this week. So next week we're going to do some new stuff that I've not. What's amazing to me is that every single week I can manage to have, or every single day, I can almost guarantee that there's going to be a pattern I've never tried before. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of patterns. But you know what? They're all based on 6 or 8 basic shapes and lines. And from that, people just go crazy and make all sorts of wonderful, exciting, fantastic patterns. And this is one of them. Any shape that ends up with a big empty spot somewhere can be made into a gem. Just FYI. Alright, so you guys have a great day. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.